Hi everyone, it's Walter of WaltersESL.com. And do you wonder why some people can speak English more fluently while other people still struggle to get fluent? You know what I'm talking about, the student who goes abroad for 6 months and comes back speaking fluent English. What's their secret? Maybe they're smarter than you, maybe they went to a better English school, maybe they just got lucky. All of that is bullshit. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the 4 must-know English speaking hacks to get fluent faster. Let's get started. Alright guys, so number 1 is don't study grammar too much. Okay, so this rule probably is controversial, but believe it or not, it's one of the most important rules. If you want to pass tests, for example, then study grammar. However, if you want to become fluent in English, then your next best steps should be to learn English without studying the grammar. In my experience as a teacher of English, studying grammar will only slow you down and confuse you more. Why? It's because you'll always be thinking about the grammar rules when making sentences instead of naturally saying it like a native. And what happens? Your communication slows down, right? Remember that only a small percentage of English speakers know more than 20% of all the grammar rules. Try asking a native speaker on the street to explain the present perfect progressive tense to you. What's gonna happen? You're gonna get a blank ass stare. Right? So the truth is, most English students know more about grammar than native speakers. And as a longtime English teacher and a language school owner, I know that this is definitely true. So, after a certain point in your English study, do you want to be able to speak more fluently or be able to give the definition of a causative verb? Okay, come on now. You know that the answer is pretty clear. All right, guys, the second one is learn and use phrases. There's so many people who study vocabulary and try to put many words together to create a sentence. If you're watching, you probably do this too. And it amazes me how many words some of my students know. It's pretty impressive, but when they try to make a sentence, it's pretty freaking bad, okay? So, why is this? Well, the simple reason is because they didn't study phrases. Think about it, when kids learn a language, they learn by connecting a phrase with a situation, right? So for example, Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, how much is this toy? Daddy, let's go to the zoo, right? That's just a very elementary example. But what I'm trying to say is, if you know just one phrase, for example, you can make hundreds of different sentences. How about if you know 100 phrases? You can make thousands of different sentences. Does that make sense? So use your time to study phrases instead of words and watch your English skill and confidence grow. Number 3, speak more, not just listen and read. Listening, speaking, and reading are the most important aspects of a language, and the same holds true for English learning. And I believe that speaking is the strongest requirement to be considered fluent in general terms. So if you have kids, for example, you probably know that it's completely normal for babies and children to become fluent, then start reading and writing. The natural order for language learning for all humans is always listening, speaking, reading, and then writing, right? So did you know that there are 2 big problems with the way people learn? So big problem number 1 that I see. Isn't it strange, right, that schools around the world teach reading first, then writing, then listening, and finally speaking? How about you? What is your learning situation like? Go ahead and comment below. And I'm not sure who made this system, but as you can see, that this totally goes against the natural process of language learning, which is listening first, speaking, reading, and then writing. Okay, so big problem number 2. You've heard the saying, practice makes perfect, right? Everyone's heard that, right? So, well, the reason why many people can listen and read pretty well is because that's all they practice, right? But in order to speak English fluently, you need to practice speaking. Hello, okay? It seems simple enough, but schools around the world have a thing called tests that forces students to focus on listening and reading so that they can get a score or a grade for that class. And we can't change the system, so my advice to you is to not stop at just listening and reading when you study. Read out loud when you have time, read out loud when you study, and listen to yourself and practice what you hear. Keep doing this until it becomes automatic. Okay guys, hack number 4 is immerse yourself. Okay, so being able to speak a language is not related to how smart you are, how much money you have, where you grew up, stuff like that. None of that. Anyone can learn how to speak any language, and it's a proven fact all over the world. Okay, everyone can speak at least one language, and they're able to do so by being immersed, by being around the language all day, every day. So for example, in your country, you hear and speak your language constantly, right? Me, I live here in Japan, and my Japanese is fluent now because it's everywhere I go. So here's another question for you. Have you ever noticed that many people who are great English speakers are the ones who studied at an English speaking school? So think about why they're fluent. They can speak not because they went to an English speaking school, but because they had an environment where they were around English speaking people constantly. They were immersed in English, okay? So another question, do you know some people who have studied abroad but came back speaking very little English, right? Maybe that's you. Think about why this happened. And in most cases that I've seen, it's because even though they went to an English-speaking school, they found and spent time with people from their own country, right? And didn't practice English at all. Okay, so you see, that's how important your surroundings, your environment is, all right? So, guys, what I'm trying to say is that you don't really have to go anywhere to become a fluent English speaker. You only need to surround yourself with enough English. And an easy way to do this is by making a rule with your friends or family, okay, that you will only speak English. Okay, you can also carry around an iPhone or a smartphone, listen to English podcasts, YouTube videos like this, or English courses. I mean, there's so many things out there, right? There's so much great content out there that there really is no excuse for not being able to speak English. Okay, so change your surroundings and immerse yourself. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. This is Walter from WaltersESL.com. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more English videos. And also, don't forget to click on that little bell icon to get notified when I upload new content. Also, check out my website at www.WaltersESL.com for more English learning content where I have some amazing English fluency courses and ebooks. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.